half of you yesterday and got to talk to you. The bad news is my voice might not last this whole 30 minutes because I got to talk to so many of you. So bear with me if we have some cracks and stuff with my voice, but I've been resting it today, so we'll see. The other thing I wanted to start with is to say, dream big, you guys. If I get the tears out of the way at the beginning, then we can just move right on with the presentation, so we'll do that. 3 very short years ago, I sat in a convention room that was probably equal to one of these sections with less than 300 people. And I was the very eager silver ambassador. In that room, I'll never forget, my dad leaned forward and whispered into my ear. He said, "You're going to be on that stage. You're going to do something really amazing." It's amazing when you have people who believe in you and you're given an opportunity in a company to do something absolutely amazing, what your life can be. So I'm thrilled that you guys are all here. I wanted to share with you a little bit about my story first. I'm a registered nurse. I worked labor and delivery. I actually started as an ICU nurse, met my husband there. And I thought that I had to be in the medical field to help people. I did not know there was something out there called network marketing. I was actually introduced to the product Plexus Slim. I have 2 health testimonies. The first time I tried it, I lost 25 pounds without even thinking about it. Got healthy and ended up with our surprise baby number 3. A lot of you have seen Hudson following me on Facebook. That pregnancy with Hudson was very difficult. I gained quite a bit of weight. I had high blood pressure with the pregnancy. I swelled. It was just not a very good time. Ended up with a lot of extra weight. My second Plexus testimony is that I have now lost 92 pounds and kept it off for over a year. So, thank you. When you find products that work and it's paired with a company that's amazing, amazing things can happen. The opportunity has been something, like I said, I didn't know I was looking for it, but when I found it, it was the best accident that I had stumbled on. This is a picture of my family, my husband and my 3 boys, Jackson, Logan, and Hudson, and they're my why. I always just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was my dream. Working 12-hour night shifts makes it really hard to do that. I found myself missing out on the soccer games and the t-ball games. I would work Friday night, and then I would either give up sleep Saturday to go be a grouchy mom at the ball field, or need to come home and sleep so I could go back and work. How many here work night shifts, 12-hour shifts? Yeah. It can be hard on you, it really can. As I started losing weight and sharing about the products, I realized, wow, this really could be something. I will tell you though, it is not necessarily a smooth transition from going to your job and then learning how to work from home. So I'm going to share with you today a little bit about what I've learned. Now, you see the coordinating outfits and the nice sunshine, you can imagine the waves. This really is more what my house looks like. So, don't let that other picture fool you. We were yelling and screaming at each other before the picture. Right after the picture, the kids went running. So, it's not all perfect and sunshine and roses. So, I just want to share with you a little bit about tips to manage your time and to be organized so that you guys can be as successful as you want to be in this business. What is freedom? If you're able to manage your time and be effective in your business, it is amazing the freedoms that you will be allowed. And if I were to ask every single person in this room, what does freedom mean to you? Have we not already heard some amazing stories this weekend from people, the freedom that they're experiencing, whether it's time freedom, financial freedom, right? If you ask Jetty, he'd say time freedom would probably be getting in his Jeep and going off riding and doing whatever. If you ask my parents, Jay and Cindy Jenkins, it might be golfing, traveling, being able to keep up with 10 grandkids. That time freedom, the financial freedom of knowing that you're going to be able to pay that next bill without stressing out about things. It can be whatever you want it to be. So that's a great goal to be able to manage that. I just wrote this up here. Network marketing offers a unique opportunity to build a life where you get to set the priorities. Schedule your life around what is important to you. But something that I learned, if you're a slave to the business, it will wear you out fast.
Are you able to take a picture?
Now, I'm not going to give you anything that you haven't heard before. I just want to let you know, kind of from a personal note, where I was and what I'm trying to do now to be effective, because it is very hard. I came to a point where, about a year and a half ago, January, I was worn out. I wasn't doing it the right way. I wasn't managing my time effectively. I'll never forget the day I called my upline, Amy Sage, and I said, I'm canceling our conference calls. I can't do it anymore. I'm giving too much to too many. My family was suffering. Things just were hectic and stressful and chaotic. And she was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I said, I'm done. And I really needed to regroup and figure out, how can I do this part-time, but how can I do it well so that I'm not running around like a crazy person? A lot of people have said, with network marketing, nobody's going to want to join our teams if we're running around like a chicken with our head cut off. If we're on the phone all of the time, 24/7, giving everything to everyone, nobody's going to see that freedom. They're not going to see us enjoying life with our kids, going on vacations, doing whatever it is to where we can unplug and be effective. So, number one thing, I'm just going to give you a few tips. Like I said, it's not going to be anything earth-shattering or new that you've heard, but I just want to give you my tip on what's been helpful for me. Determining what your goals are. That's going to be different for everybody. For me, when I started out, I just wanted to earn enough to be able to make enough money to get my products. That was my first goal. I didn't know it was going to be easy to do that, so I bumped my goal up a little bit and started dreaming a little bit bigger. What you set your goal at is going to determine the amount of time that you want to put into your business. About 10 to 15 hours a week, I would say. How many people would say they work about 2 hours a day, maybe 10 to 15 hours a week on their Plexus business? If you're building a substantial business and you want that, that's probably a pretty good goal with that. Number two, this is huge, you guys. I brought this out here to show you guys. Establish priorities. We're going to talk about, get down to the nitty-gritty of business in a second. If you establish your priorities to start with, you're not going to have your Plexus business take over your life. So, for me, it's just God, and then it's family, and then it's Plexus. If I block out time that I know these are the times that I'm going to be working, these are the times I'm going to have with my family, this is going to be family night, this is going to be date night. If I actually use an actual spiral planner and block out that time. I would encourage you guys to do that, because then if somebody called and said, hey, can you come do a training for me Saturday or whatever, if on your calendar it already said you're doing family time that day, you've already set aside that time, it's really easy to tell your team, I'm sorry, with the priorities that I've set, I've already got some family time scheduled there, so no, I can't do that training. Or three-way call, if it's movie night with your kids and you've already blocked that. So establish your priorities so you know where you are and what decisions you can make for your life. So like I said, I actually use this planner, and it's an awesome thing. Date night, family night, that all needs to be planned out. A to-do list. Write down the things that you want to get done daily, weekly, monthly, and work on that list. And when you're achieving those things, check those things off and go down the list. That can be very, very helpful. Then your personal time. I have to tell you guys, before convention last year, I had a goal. I started working out with a trainer. I had that time set in my calendar. That's when I was going to work out. That was me time. That was what I was going to do to help me to get fit and feel really good. As soon as I hit my goal weight, right for convention last year, I fired my trainer. It's like, okay, I'm done. We're good. I don't need you anymore. Do you want to know, because I erased that out of my planner as the time block for me to work out, I didn't work out. I told myself I was going to work out. It's like, oh, I got this, I can do it. But because it was not on my to-do list anymore, and it was not actually 9 to 10 o'clock, Fred is going to kick your butt at the gym, I did not go do that anymore. So I rehired him, and I'm back on track because I know now it's in my planner. And I will tell you guys, exercise is awesome. If you're feeling stressed out, even if it's just a casual walk around the block, if it's a regular morning 4-mile walk, I don't really like cardio, so I do weights and a bunch of other crazy things. That's going to help you to clear your mind and feel good and be more effective in your business if you feel good. Now that I have that back on my calendar, I don't miss it. Monday to Wednesday from 9 to 10, everybody knows I'm not answering phone calls, I'm not answering emails because I am doing that for me. So, last thing, schedule your hours of operation. And this is what I'm going to talk about for the rest of the time, is how you schedule your business time to be the most effective. Okay, so you're going to plan your work and work your plan. What does that mean? When you're actually decided, okay, I'm going to work 1 hour a day consistently, or 2 hours a day consistently, whatever it is that you've decided based on your goals and your priorities, you're going to be able to write that down. Now, when you're doing your business hours, the first thing you want to do is income-producing activities. How many of you, when you start your day, your tendency is to jump on and start answering emails? Do you guys have a big email list everybody wants to get on? I will tell you that's probably not the best way to start your business day, because you're going to get bogged down in, your team needs this, customers need that, and that's not going to be something that's income producing. Income producing activities would be something that's either going to bring new team members or new customers. So that needs to be your priority when you've done your schedule where you've got, for me, God, family, plexus. When I'm doing plexus, these are my business hours. When I start my business hours, for me it's nap time. When Hudson goes down and stops terrorizing the house, those are my business hours. Whatever time that is, I'm going to take those business hours and start with, who am I going to follow up with? Who am I going to reach out to? What am I going to do to help bring new team members in and new customers in? I've heard this before. You'll probably hear it again before the weekend's over. What is it not? Income-producing activities is not doing emails, not jumping in those Facebook groups, saying you're going to network, take your business to the next level, and getting sucked in to 2 hours. How many people have honestly gotten on Facebook because they were going to work their business? And then they got up 2 hours later and realized, well, you learned a whole lot about people you don't even know, but you didn't get any business done, right? And I have to tell you, I learned the hard way. I've had a little bit of a reputation that I probably know a lot about what's going on with a lot of people because I keep up on Facebook quite a bit. That is not going to move my business forward. Now, Facebook can be an awesome tool, and I do use it. It's a great way to network and to touch base with people. I follow up with my customers that way. But you need to remember, being active in your business versus being productive are two totally different things. For me, being active was sitting on my computer for 2 hours, scrolling the Facebook groups, getting involved in drama, getting up, and 2 hours later realizing I did not do anything in those 2 hours to advance my business. Okay. Now, moving along with planning your work and working your plan. The number one thing that I hear from my new team members is, what is work? Okay, I'm sitting down, I'm going to start my day. There are several different formulas, and I know Sheila and all them, you guys have covered the perfect 10 with what you guys do for a daily activity. There's lots of ways it's been explained. Basically, it's just a plan of action for you to know what you're going to do in your income-producing activities. I like the 5-3-1. If you share either the business or the products with 5 new people, and then 3 is to follow up with 3 new people, and 1 is either mentor, coach, or train 1 new team member. If you do that either daily or weekly, based on what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish in your business, that is going to keep you on track with your time management and doing your business income-producing activities. Now, what does sharing with 5 people look like? It was awesome to see Eric Worre here. How many absolutely love Eric Worre and what he had to say? I will tell you, I had just found him in his book GoPro right before the last leadership retreat, and it was gold to me to say, oh my goodness, there's actually skills that we can learn